Raise the Queensland spirit down first.
Welcome to the Off-Field Drama Podcast. I am Sauce.
I'm Berkey.
And my oh my, you can tell by the tone of my voice that I'm a comfortable man. Comfortable with who I am, comfortable with how I'm feeling right now. Comfortable in all states, Berkey.
This might be the comfiest position I've been in all weekend.
I've laid on this couch a couple times, but I don't think I've ever felt like I've sunken into one before like this.
Shareholders, if you're listening and you're not watching us, we are horizontal for this episode because it was May Day in Queensland for those that aren't from the greatest state in the world. And let's just say it was a long weekend for all involved, in particular Saucy and myself. So, look, we decided let's get horizontal this episode. So,
Yeah.
because there's probably some of you that are horizontal right now.
And so you should be.
You should be. Get horizontal and embrace horizontality. Can I use
Horizontality.
that? Oh, horizontality. Is that a word? I love coming up with words on
Yeah,
this.
mate. It's one of your many traits.
But
You're good at
it was, as hurting and, painful and everything that we might be feeling and you guys at home might be feeling. This was the greatest weekend for OFD.
It was right up there, I got to say. I think it was. You're right. It's probably the best weekend. Best week, best build up. Unfortunately, the Broncos they did get the loss, but for OFD for all involved, it was just a good weekend, good all round wholesome weekend. I mean, we had a huge Friday at the Caco, and then Sunday we had the Seafood Fest.
Yep.
And that was awesome. I'm just fucked. I'm knackered. I'm literally fucked from work. Just knackered.
Let's touch on the Seafood Fest straight off the bat.
Well, there was plenty of seafood,
Yeah.
plenty of delicious prawns. We just tucked into a couple then. Fucking that sauce,
Wasn't
Bruh.
that delicious?
Yeah.
That got a name or it's just orange sauce?
just orange.
Yeah,
just
no.
spicy orange sauce.
You had a turnout, but there was a few in the house?
Yeah, it was actually sick. We had obviously this big seafood platters down in the back, and people going out to the car park, and we had fella Kane Cahill played some tunes out there. He's a really good soloist from Melbourne. He flew
Yep.
up. He used to live up here, and then we had cover bands. Shout out to Jonty Bush. You saw that too.
Jay Bush.
Yeah, Jay Bush, the member for Cooper. She was here, watched Creedence Clearwater Revival, Fleetwood Mac, and the Blues Brothers. They were all the cover bands on the day, and it was just fun. It was a good day.
Yeah, lovely.
Good fill out of the car park.
Great fill out of the car park.
I mean, it's not the same as the old
No.
street fest that used to be, but
That eats me alive.
Yeah.
If there's any shareholders out there that were too young, bless your souls, because back in the day when they locked this street and it was just on for young and old, the idea of walking from the Caco with a jar in your right hand and walking up to the LA,
bouncing
or
to Gambaros, bouncing back to Brewski, they were all different
even to
bars, but
lefties.
Yeah, the lefties pop in for a little, rum and apple juice,
Oh,
just roll out onto the street.
Mama Ganoush.
Yeah, it was the OG festival of Brisbane.
It
the
was
Seafood Fest.
legit was one of
Yeah.
those days that you'd mark on the calendar,
Yeah.
and you'd circle it and you'd say, right, we're going to tuck right in.
Yeah.
But it wasn't as good, and this is for all the loyal shareholders out there, because you know who you are, and I know there's a fair few shareholders that I've bled dry, but this weekend was the weekend that every shareholder's been waiting for. Yep, I broke the duck and I gave the shareholders the three-legger that has probably been the most overdue three-legger in the world.
Mate, I got on it last minute. I didn't see it until it was up on the story. Got on it with a bonus bet. I didn't get a huge return back. You got a hefty...
I got a
hefty payout.
sexy little payout.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, shareholders, it's as good as a blue chip investment. Okay, now that I have got off the duck, follow me and follow me with good pace because right now I am bowling top of off.
No, it was good. It was paying $20 for a three-leg
horse multi.
Horse race. And I was fucking the envy of all the punters down there. I gave those last two legs, the first one I'd run and got up, and I gave the last two legs some locals, and they were like, who's giving you this? What's going on?
Yeah.
When the first one won. Yeah, the second one, or the first or the second that I gave them, the last one won, and they were like, Jesus Christ, give us more, feed us more. And I said, you're gonna have to speak to my pal Berkey.
Yeah, and just know that now that I'm, seeing my straps, that there's plenty to come. Blinkers are on, and I'm in form. It's like a horse that just breaks their maiden duck. Now that they know how to get to the post first, they found winning form, and by God, it's scary because I was at the Pacific Hotel, shareholders, and let me tell you, that place erupted, and I will also tell you that when it won, I have just put a deposit down to purchase it, and let's just say that I am in talks with the Pacific Hotel after that.
It's probably one of the best, most iconic pubs in Australia.
Well, the Pacific Hotel and the banks know I'm good for it now because once I hit one three-legger, there's just plenty more to come. So
it's old as shit, eh?
It's old as shit,
They got the backpackers upstairs. God knows what goes on up there.
Oh, God
You're not allowed
knows.
to go up there.
Yeah, aren't you?
Yeah, there's a little sign that says if you're not staying up here, don't go up there.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know what goes on.
Right, well, I was close to staying there, but if there was any locals that listen to OFD or any shareholders, because there actually were a few shareholders that I bumped into at the Pacific Hotel, if you happened to go for a walk Sunday morning, you would have been seeing me sleeping in the Mitsubishi Mirage, a.k.a. the Black Mamba.
That's wild.
Wild. So my back is awfully sore right now, hence why I am horizontal with you. But shout out to Brookie Daly and Jake Pregnals. They got married. I was down there for a wedding. Actually, it was funny, Saucy. I was with the bridesmaids. They packed me up on the table with the bridesmaids.
Plural? Bridesmaid or bridesmaids?
Well,
because I've heard a story.
Well, yeah. It was plural later in the night, but sitting down with them in the reception, I've got that completely mixed up. But you can
surprising, isn't it?
Unfortunately, I didn't get a roof over my head Saturday night, but I
was kicked out.
I did have a roof over my head Friday night, and it was bloody fantastic. But shout out, it was an effing good weekend. One of the funnest weddings I've ever been to. So laid back, had it all. A lot of things to come out of that wedding, but yeah, in particular, spending the night in the Mamba was as ugly as it will get because I was chundering minutes before.
Oh, lovely.
And
lovely.
But hell of a weekend,
mate,
and here we are.
I got to say the highlight of my weekend, and I wish I could have tipped those the locals down there. This one. Obviously, they weren't shareholders and didn't hear about our manifestation of the great man coming back and playing for the Reds. Franger, Fraser McWright.
AKA potentially the face of OFD after what he's done.
He could be our first sponsored athlete.
He could be.
I mean,
he could well be.
It's on the way. I don't want to get it twisted either. I think he's the best seven in Australian rugby and also, if not the world. I'm going to go as far as saying that.
Yeah, we'll all agree.
Who else is there? Artie Savia? Yeah, fair.
Not in my top 10.
No, not in my top 20, mate. No, I actually like Art. This is going off on a tangent. Artie has really good, funny content on Instagram. He's overplaying in Japan. You ever been to a Lawson's over in Japan?
No, I've never been to Japan.
He just eats all their food and gives them reviews. Check it out, shareholders. Anyway, Fraser McWright, we've manifested the whole fucking thing in last week's podcast.
Yeah.
He goes over first try.
First try
of the game, and he gives the camera a little. We were waiting for it.
Yeah.
We were waiting for the hand signal, but he's just gone with he's mouthed OFD.
He has mouthed OFD in front of millions and millions of people.
And they won the game.
Of course they won the game.
First time in 25 years they beat Christchurch over in
Christchurch.
Yeah, sorry, the Christchurch Crusaders in Christchurch.
Yeah. And you don't need to work out how that happened. You actually don't need to work it out because it's pretty simple.
They're better.
We're better, but he sits his ass on this couch. We say, mate, do a celebration if you go over. And he goes, mate, I don't know if I'm going to score. It's like, hey, brother, once you get off this couch, you go 6 to midnight and everything just goes the way you want it to go in life. And
Great things happen.
great things happen when you sit on this couch. And my God, was that pretty to see him utter the words OFD. And
Yeah.
if that wasn't top 10 trending on Twitter, I don't know what trends anymore. Like, fair income. I had Saucy call me from the Pacific.
I was blowing up.
He was going off. I've just jagged a 3-legger. The roof was coming off the Pacific Hotel already. And then we have the added little dessert of Fraser, a.k.a. Franger, uttering the greatest 3 letters that you can possibly say.
OFD.
OFD. So if there's any athletes out there that are going through a tough patch or just want to improve,
Literally come and sit on the couch
Sit
and just, feed off us.
look at us. Why would you not want to sit
Chirp
with
to us. We're kind of like, I feel like I'm in like what are they, like when you go to a shrink
Yeah.
and you're laying down and it's like you're opening up.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But if you're an athlete, open up to us. We'll just make you relax,
Oh.
enjoy yourself.
Right.
You go out there and you deliver like Fraser did.
Deliver as you will, and we'll add a few extras in if you need to. But shareholders, we need to preface by, due to me being MIA, I just don't have that knowledge in terms of what went down across the weekend. So Saucy's really going to take the lead here,
Yeah.
and it's got me a little toey.
He's kind of gone rogue over the weekend.
Mm.
I mean, I want to hear about it. Firstly, you got anything to touch on? Any stories?
Oh, mate, nothing that I could, meets the eye. I mean, I almost went home with a bunch of swingers, which was wild.
What?
That
Wait,
was
what?
Mate, I met this couple, and let me tell you, I've actually never met swingers, and if there's any shareholders that are swingers, I'd love your take. But for 40 minutes, I had a couple that there was nothing off the table with these two. And it was quite extraordinary because I then went up to Brookie and Jake and I said, I've just been ear bashed for the last 45 minutes by these two. And it was mouth-watering stuff to hear it sometimes, but it was also eye-opening because as swingers...
It opened the world.
It opened the world to a whole
world of
nother
swingers.
world that I had heard about, but...
You didn't know it existed. You thought it was just a fairy tale.
Well, and to hear what goes down is, I mean, seriously, holy Tamora. If there's anyone out there that wants to chime in and is looking for a swinger couple, you hit me up because I've got two that could get you at the click of a button. Because
Wasn't your go? You didn't. You said no.
Look, I was by myself, so at one point there was a lot of chitter-chatter that they might have needed an extra hand, but I couldn't do it.
You couldn't do it.
Nah.
You couldn't do that to yourself, mate. You've got decorum. You've got values.
Well, yeah, and there was lovely ladies at the wedding that I was interested in.
Oh,
and
that's good to hear, mate.
so,
You're a gentleman, aren't you?
Oh, through and through.
Yeah.
But no, it was an eye. I'll tell you one thing, shareholders. Sleeping in a Mitsubishi Mirage, you will not do, and you definitely won't take it across the country as an RV. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Mate, I want to kick things off. Obviously, Friday, the Bronx Ice. I did touch on it. Shout out to the boys who won the comp. Lockie Frecko and
Yeah.
Shawnee O'Brien ran into Frecko,
How is Frecko?
the freak.
Yeah, the
I,
freakster.
The freakster. Good man, really good man. He was wearing a Bunnies jersey.
What the fuck are you doing, freak?
He must be a bunny. He must be a Bunnies fan. But
Hey, mate, you got balls walking around with a Bunnies jersey at the moment.
I said, hey, you did win tickets with through OFD to go to the Bronx.
Yeah, Bronx Roosters.
Bronx Roosters, bruh.
Yeah, so you
They
picked-
weren't. They're not playing the Rabbits. And
didn't post anything on Instagram to Shawnee O'Brien and the Freak, which I was a little disappointed with.
yeah, they did.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they gave us a shout out. One of
Oh,
the boys said
yeah.
thanks for gave us a double. I think.
Oh
They gave-
shit!
yeah.
Apologies.
Mate, you were MIA.
I was seriously. Well, I'll
You were,
shut.
you
I'll
know,
shut my mouth.
Fair enough. You were enjoying yourself at the wedding. You know, that's kind of like one of those days. Turn the phone off and fucking enjoy it.
I was airplane mode.
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
should, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but ran into Freco. Gentleman said g'day
Are they?
out of the blue. Yeah, and the other fella, Shawnee, I didn't see him, but I think he was posting on socials and they
Well,
were
how
ripping
did you
right
give him
in.
tickets then if you didn't see him?
Just sent them digitally, mate.
It is
there's,
2024.
correct, yeah.
Email,
It's not all paper.
text?
Email.
Yeah,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah. Got their deets. I did the hard yards there. with
Yeah,
that one, mate.
right.
Don't you worry, eh?
Yeah, you've always been good like
Yeah.
that.
No, but then
Good to hear they're good blokes. I don't know a shareholder that isn't a good bloke.
it wouldn't surprise me. They wouldn't have won the competition
Nah.
otherwise. I then did watch the game. A bit disappointed. It was 18-all at half time. We got fucked with injuries. You know who's out?
No, it makes me sick in the stomach.
Yeah, you've done your research
yeah,
there, right?
the skipper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
I,
hurts me. Jesse Arthur's gone. Dean Mariner suspended.
Renault out for maybe 10 weeks. Reckon he's going to be back for the finals. That's going to be a stretch. But
I've heard 12 to 14.
God bless Renault. God bless. You know what pissed me off is a lot of people saying it was silly to sign him because of the age. Shut up. You don't know rugby league football.
No, you
Just
don't
be
know
quiet.
rugby league.
Just sit down. Go watch another sport. Go watch fucking
Go watch
ice
the
skating
Raw.
or something.
No,
correct?
watch the Raw.
Okay. This was hilarious. Half time, 18-all. The Broncos and Suncorp Stadium. I don't know who's organising it, but the halftime entertainment went up another level.
It didn't, did it?
Yeah, Jet. We were lucky enough to see
Yeah.
one of the greatest Australian bands of all time, Jet, play. Backed up again this week by Wolfmother.
No. You know, they played at the OG Seafood Festival too.
They did.
So that's a good bit
Wow.
of ring-a-ding-ding action.
They cost 70,000 because I did try to get them on board one year for the Seafood
they
Fest.
70 large?
They were back in the day, yeah, when I tried to inquire. Now they're playing Suncorp on top of the big screen at half time.
They do that again, did they?
Probably getting 70 grand for 3 songs.
I'll tell you now, it's the closest thing to American sports entertainment
I love it.
you will ever see.
I love it. I reckon it's absolutely fantastic.
We set the bar, don't we?
And they rocked out. He's a Brizzy boy, was wearing
Yeah.
his Broncos jersey.
Oh, mad dog.
But then, you go down to the Bulldogs game, right?
Against the Tigers.
Was it when they were playing the Tigers?
Yeah.
I don't quote me on this. I think it was that game.
Yeah, what did those idiots have to do?
The Wiggles.
Oh,
The Wiggles were
seriously.
playing at halftime.
That kills me because I'm a Wiggles man from way back. But
Are
I've loved the Wiggles growing up. But that is not halftime entertainment.
I'm not knocking the Wiggles.
But they're not
knocking the
it.
Wiggles. They've been a huge part of my upbringing and adolescence and childhood, as they all have for
haven't
everyone.
they? Yeah,
you
they
know?
have.
But it's the fucking NRL, Yeah.
Rock
out with Wolfmother. Be better than that, whoever organised that down in Sydney.
It speaks volumes as a club if you're going to get the Wiggles to play at halftime.
Is that not weird? As
Only
fuck?
the
Like,
West
what are you doing getting
Tigers
the Wiggles,
versus
bro?
Bulldogs would do that, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Didn't one of them trip?
That was
Well, that was the McDonald's
Ronald
man.
McDonald. He fell over and hit his head, and then his wig fell off, and it was revealed that he was about a 70-year-old man.
What, Ronnie went down?
Yeah, Ronald's about 70.
Did he do a hammy or how'd he go
He
down?
smacked his head in the wet. He had these big goofball shoes on and slipped over.
What, they had to get Ronnie off with a HIA during
Ronnie
the
hit his head.
halftime show?
Ronnie hit his head, and he wasn't the same when he popped up. His hair fell off and shit. It was weird ass.
Oh, there'll be a donation to the Ronald McDonald House for that, surely.
Yeah,
Nice marketing, Ronnie.
another thing. I think when did the Bunnies play Penrith?
Thursday night.
Thursday night, right? So it was 42-12.
Yeah.
The Bunnies. This is actually hilarious. A shareholder slid in
Yeah.
and to the DMs and he said, "Watch out for the Bunnies pre-game." He goes, "The Bunnies are going to win this game, 12-0." And I'm thinking, he said it before kickoff, and I'm thinking, this motherfucker has just called this.
He's called it.
It was the early crow. It was the earliest of early crows at 12-0. So 42-12 was the final score. Benny Hornby was making his debut coaching game. First game of his coaching career, 42-12. In his first ever game that he played way back in the day for the Dragons, he lost with the same exact score.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, on debut, he lost to the Panthers 42-12, and then on his interim coaching debut, he loses to the Panthers 42-12.
Correct. And I've got to shout out the random stats guy for this stat. How fucked is that?
That is mind-boggling.
Yeah. The fact that you even find that. Like, how do you dig in and
hang on.
look into that
was,
stat?
Was that made public prior to kickoff?
No, it was made public after because that was the
Okay.
score,
Yeah, right.
which I find.
Because I was going to say, if he threw that out in the atmosphere before kickoff and some lads decided to fucking jump all over that.
Imagine that.
Gee whiz, I mean, hitting a three-leg is good, but it's not as good. as
Three-legger
hitting
at
a
$20,
three-legger.
yeah.
No, it's nowhere near as
No.
good. Nah, not a chance. Nice one, random stat guy. Call me when you hit a three-legger.
Oh,
And
mate.
I'll be here because I'll be jagging plenty more. The Lions got up last night in the mighty Q clash.
Yeah, they did. Did you watch?
Nah, missed
No?
it all.
Sleeping in your car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Nah,
what
that's not
happened
good.
there?
So they got up. They played the Gold Coast.
Mm-hmm. They had some injuries too, I hear the Lions. So a
Did they?
tough day for teams from the Olympic City.
Yeah, that's no good.
Because we hate going to the doctor to get a scan.
The Lions, they won, but they had some injury scares. You're right. They've had to pull someone out of absolute thin air.
Thin air.
A fella by the name Logan Morris.
LN.
They're calling him the Big Order. And I'll tell you why.
The big order.
The Big Order.
Okay.
So this is Logan's day. 12:05.
This is on game day too,
This
is
is on
it?
game
Yeah,
day,
okay.
correct. 12:05 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Plays Gold Coast in VFL match at Springfield. 4:15 p.m. grabs Macca's on the way to the Gabba.
Mm.
5 p.m. arrives at the Gabba. 7:02 p.m. very precise.
Mm-hmm.
Told he's needed to play AFL match.
What time?
7:02
PM.
p.m. So when's kickoff?
Must have been 8. 7:50.
It must have been close to 7.
Gee, it must have been around the money.
It must have been close to 7.
Was he in drive-through at this point?
He tucked into the Macca's prior to 5 o'clock. He got Macca's at 4:15. So 7:02. Told he needs to play AFL. 8:12 p.m. Logan kicks his first ever AFL goal
Oh my god.
on debut.
Oh my god.
Game over. Lions win, but they reckon his order was just massive.
Oh,
They
that's
reckon
where
he's
the
just
big orders come
tucked
from.
right fucking into something at Macca's, and it's given him the spice to kick a goal on debut. Isn't that nuts?
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is insane. I mean, you give me a Big Mac meal with a couple of extras, and if you need me to run out for the mighty Brisbane Lions, I don't do that.
You'd be flat out getting out of bed next
Oh,
day.
mate, it would be game over. What do you reckon you'd order on game day?
Oh, I like the idea of a fucking. I'm a big McChicken guy.
You're a
I love a
McChicken
McChicken.
guy?
Yeah. Love a McChicken. But
Right.
I'd probably would get a Big Mac, just something to a bit of beef.
Can you sing the song?
What song?
Isn't there you sing a song for a free Big Mac?
Oh, I've seen that
There's a
ad.
promotion
Yeah,
going
isn't
on.
it like a 3-second?
I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
and I'll be Buckley's chance if I sung it. But I do believe that there's a song running around that if you sing, you win a Big Mac. And
I'd rather
McDonald's-
just have my dignity intact and not sing.
I need
Pay
to
for the Big
quickly
Mac.
give a quick shout out before I forget, Saucy, to a business called H.Help. They build websites, they do a bit of advertising. They're potentially coming on board OFD. JB, Birchie, you're welcome, pal. So I will expect that free mattress
Yeah.
from you.
Back to fast food.
Oh,
'cause
sorry,
you know
yeah.
I love it. I was having a yarn to someone about this, and don't you reckon KFC has the biggest enjoyment to regret ratio?
Yeah, I don't get around the Kentucky Fried, I'll be honest with you.
Your enjoyment levels are so high, and then your regret is so much higher, within moments
Mate,
after eating it.
for sure. For sure.
Last time I had it, I did not feel well.
Mate, last time I
It's
had it, I
actually
was
gone
chundering.
downhill. It's gone downhill in a big way at KFC.
In saying that, the boys did put in an order yesterday. The size of the potato and gravy that you can get,
It is one of actually the finer things.
it is huge.
That's never going to change that
Mate,
potato gravy.
it is a massive size of potato and gravy.
Yeah.
It doesn't miss the mark. There would have been a few shareholders I saw at Out to Lunch Festival, the Fishmeister.
You were playing down the Gold Coast.
I was playing, yeah. So shareholders, you're welcome. I put on an absolute show in front of 30,000. It is amazing
Dripping wet.
how many people think I am Fisher. And once I get behind the decks, it's quick to know I'm not.
Oh.
because there is absolutely no DJ knowledge with this bloke whatsoever.
Yeah, mate.
That looks sick, but I heard and I saw some footage. Any shareholders that I do know were down there, all the feedback is nothing but good. So it could be something that I look at tucking myself into next year.
Yeah.
If I don't have a wedding.
We got some feedback. I don't have a wedding. We got some feedback on the little quiz.
Or did they like it?
Yeah. Few shareholders liked it, and they said more of that, please. So,
don't tell me you're going again, have you?
Yeah, I've got one for you.
Talk to me.
I've got a real good one.
Go.
So, similar to last week, I'm going to name off some players. You yes or no if they. It's exactly the same as last week.
Yeah.
Did they play for the Broncos? Yes or no? So,
Okay.
first one, David Stagg.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Stagsy.
Brent Sherwin.
Brenny Sherwin. Now, Brenny Sherwin, I'm going to get him confused with someone.
2004 Premiership winner. Played halfback
For who? The Broncos?
for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, he didn't play. He did not play for the Bronx.
No, correct.
No,
He
thanks.
did not. Big Greggy Eastwood.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mate, he's
Greg
gone
Eastwood.
over a few times, that fatty.
Willie Tonga.
Nah,
No. Rennie Matua.
nah.
Sam Cassiano.
Now, there was whispers of him potentially coming to the Bronx, but no, he never did.
Yeah, all three did not play.
There you go. You should do actual other sports for me.
Benny Barber.
Nah.
Benny Barber.
Did he play for the Bronx?
Yeah, he did, mate.
When?
When we were shithouse.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He did. Benny
He
Barber
did
played for the
too.
Broncos.
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Before he went on to win Dally M.
Yeah, correct. No, after. I think he won Dally M. No, yeah, you're right. He won Dally M before he came to the Broncos. Mick Ennis.
Oh, yeah, that feral.
Nigel Vungana.
No way the Vungas came to our time.
Vungana.
Oh, VV Vungana.
There's two more. Herman SASA.
Yep.
He did, correct. Ryan James.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Still might be doing a bit of work down at Red Hill too.
Is he?
Yeah,
Big RJ.
Yeah, big RJ.
So now this is the clanger.
Okay.
The bonus question.
Bonus question for 20 points.
What have they all got in common?
What have they all got in common?
Now you take your time on this and just think.
What
about
have
it.
they all got in common? So there is a common theme
There's-
with all of those players.
There's a common theme. Shareholders at home, if you can think about this and get this, let us know.
There is a common theme with all of those players.
I'll name them out to you again. David Stagg, Brent Sherwin, Greg Eastwood, Willie Tonga, Rennie Matua, Sam Cassiano, Ben Barber, Mick Ennis, Nigel Vangana, Herman SASA, Ryan James.
Mate, this is like this show that they play on Channel 7 and it's like 1 in a million kind of thing. And it keeps going down until you get a question right that 1 in a million people get right or some shit.
It's not that hard if you
Right,
know
if
your
you
rugby
think.
league. Yeah.
Righto.
Do you want me to give you a hint?
It was before they were all played before 2006. They're all retired. There you go.
Herman SASA still plays.
Well, not in the rugby league. He's not, surely.
I think he does, yeah.
Oh,
Plays for the
bullshit.
Titans or something, or he might have moved on.
No.
Oh, no, he plays for he got signed to the Dolphins, actually.
I was going to say they were all forwards, but Willie Tonga wasn't, and neither was Benny Barber.
Yeah. They all, do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
They all played for one other club.
Oh, the Doggies.
All played for the Bulldogs.
Really? Now that's
Yeah.
cool.
That's a different stat,
Yeah, I like what you're doing there. And if we need to turn this into a little quiz show, we might have
Yeah.
to.
Herman SSA only played one game for the Bulldogs, but still played for the Dogs and the
Yeah,
Bronx.
okay.
So, yeah.
Mate, I like where your head's at there, and I appreciate that. There mustn't have been a geez, are you Chat GPT that?
Nah, I just do my own thing.
Geez, that's good from you.
I just, yeah.
I mean, it's amazing.
I do a bit of research before the shows sometimes, mate, trying to get the shareholders involved.
Normally I do, but
Yeah, you're excused today. That's
But
fine.
yeah, this weekend was a little different. I've heard shareholders, and I haven't watched it yet, but any shareholders that love roasting, and you know we love to roast people on this show, the Tom Brody roast has just come out at Netflix.
Brady.
What did I call him?
Brody.
Mate, yeah, okay. That my speech impediment at the moment. If you haven't watched it, neither have I, so I'm right beside you. But I will be watching it as soon as we're done recording this. And from all reports, it is up there with some of the best roasting you'll see.
Yeah.
So, shareholders, just a note to self: if you've got 3.5 hours, it's going to set you back.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. So it could go over a couple of days.
We could drive down to the Pacific Hotel in that time.
We actually could drive down the Pacific, and I hopefully, I wouldn't crash, that's for sure. Doing that.
Massive shout out to the Matty John show.
Yes.
They've teed up, gave the Caco a mad plug on his show. They're coming here Magic Round on Saturday, and I'll be the first to tell you, shareholders, we're gonna have to ticket the event because there are that many people wanting to get here and come up for it. So keep an eye out, and if you're interested in coming up and meeting all the Matty Johns show guys like Gordy and Fletch and Hindy, obviously, and Reg Reagan himself, Matty Johns.
Yes.
They'll be up here, and we're going to put some tickets out in line. There's only going to be 150 or so. So they are going to go very quick. You get a beer with your ticketing fee. Don't know how much we're going to charge yet, but it won't be out of the...
But you've got to dress like Reg Reagan, don't you?
They're encouraging it,
yes. Well, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. I mean, don't buy a ticket if you're not going to dress up as Reg Reagan, correct?
Pounder, my cousin, if you're listening, we used to, during Christmas, we would do acts. So, every family would have to do an act. And let me tell you, my cousin Pounder, he would do Reg Reagan. And, mate, he was as close to Reggie that I've ever seen. And not just due to the voice, but, fuck, he's got a bit on him, the big fella.
That's another one for all the younger shareholders out there. Go and do yourself a favour and go on YouTube and type in Reg Reagan Street Talk.
Yeah.
Because people would remember Bo Ryan doing it on the footy show.
Yeah.
Nothing compared to Reg Reagan. Like, if you want to laugh, type in Reg Reagan YouTube. It is fucking hilarious. Some of the shit that he used to get away with back then. Some of the shit would come out of his mouth.
Hilarious. Oh, mate, hilarious. Have we had any callers call in?
We have, mate. Yeah.
So
on SpeakPipe.
Can we let that loose?
You wanna let it rip?
Yeah, let it rip, mate. Let it rip. So I don't have much in me.
You dusty.
Oh, mate, I'm just so keen to lie on my bed. Shareholders, when you've been away, just fucking having a good old-fashioned dig, and enough is enough. You need your bed, and you just need a bit of me, myself, and I time. That is me right now.
We've got 3, and we don't listen to them.
No, that's what I mean. What's happened?
Let
them play.
Here we go. We're going to fire off the first one from Freco.
Go the Freck.
Yeah.
All right, boys, how are we? Random South fan here, coming to you from Zilmere.
It's from Zilmere.
Yeah, just seen the boys run out tonight against the Riff, and I'm calling it South by 10. Fresh start.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Let's get him.
Oh, my God. Nice one, Freak.
He did, Freco, he did actually slide in and say it too, so there you go.
Hey, Freak,
he
mate.
Did call it.
Can you tell us the end score too, pal?
We love you, Freco.
We love you, mate. Freck, I'm a big fan of yours.
All right,
Can't believe I missed his shout out.
Gentlemen, it's the chicken strangler here.
It's not.
Also known as the chook choker. Holy, I just listened to that hippopotamus yarn that I tossed up last week. Fuck me, that was some A-grade dribble if I've ever heard it. Fully gassed up. That was fucking disgraceful, chat. But it makes sense because later that evening, Mrs. Choker found me parked up outside using the concrete as a pillow and cradling a big empty bottle of Bundaberg's finest Square Bear. So we were a little bit mentally challenged. In fact, I was absolutely fucking Don Burke. Anyway, just quickly, Paul Kent, the angry armadillo. I know it's old news, but would you rather be stuck on a deserted island with Kenty or Jerome Luai? And before you say it, no, you can't just jump off a cliff and kill yourself instead. So let us know your thoughts. Cheers.
That is absolutely gold. From the, what do you call him? It's the chook choker. What do you call himself?
Oh, fucking, what did he
The
do?
chicken strangler.
The chicken strangler. Jeez, I wouldn't mind getting eyes on Mrs. Choker.
Mrs. Chook Choker.
Mrs.
We did
Chook
call
Choker.
that. We called it. He had a
Well, we
Mrs.
were
Choker.
wondering if he had one, and geez, I wonder if he's delving into a bit of his sex life there with Mrs. Choker.
What did he call the Bundy bottle? The square bear.
The square bear.
A bottle of square bear.
Mate, that's good footy. 6 again there, Chook Choker.
Using the concrete as a pillow with square bear.
Mate, to answer his question, who would I rather hang out with, Jerome Luai Kenty?
The angry armadillo.
I'd have to hang out with the angry armadillo just because I feel like it would be so painful talking to Jerome Luai because the word bro would get absolutely abused.
I couldn't do it simply based on him having his beatbox there. Or his
no,
boombox,
that
sorry.
fucking boombox, dude.
Yeah. Depending on how big the island was as well, you'd probably just,
Mate,
Kenty'd be hugging trees and shit.
yeah, that armadillo.
He'd be upside down, digging his head into
He
armadillo
is an
territory.
effing armadillo, isn't
He's
he?
the angry armadillo.
Have we got an update on what's happened there with the armadillo?
No, he's just going into hiding. He's apologised profusely. And did you see?
Actually, I think he's pressing charges.
Yeah, that's wild. I mean, he went at the guy.
Mate, what
you
have you
don't-
got legs to stand on?
I mean, you don't go at someone and get fed and then cry fucking bloody murder.
Yeah, and go,
Like-
well, I'll go to the judge and we'll let the tribunal decide it.
Yeah.
You know what I love? And this made me laugh. When he got interviewed, right, he must have been walking into his house.
This is what I saw too.
and he goes, mate, I'll just get up and go again. As
Such
if
as
he's
life. He said such as life.
like he's a rugby player, I'll just get up and go again. No, you won't, mate. You're an effing unemployed journo that's got nothing going for him.
Mate, this is your second offence too.
Like, shut up. I'll just get up and go again. No. You'll get up and get on the treadmill is what you'll do, Kenty. You fucking
He said
dickhead.
such as life.
Oh.
Don't quote the great Ned Kelly.
Don't do it.
Don't quote Nedward Kelly,
Please don't.
the Aussie icon.
For God's sakes, that will
Kenty.
drive me mad. Got to give a quick shout out too. I was at a fundraising lunch on Saturday at the Porter's Plain Land Hotel.
You're as scrambled as my eggs in the morning.
Mate. And, mate, at the table I was at, wouldn't believe it, Ty, shareholder, parks up and goes, I was like, hey, mate, Samuel. He's like, mate, where have I heard your voice from? I said, oh, mate, fucking who knows where. He goes, you don't do a potty with Saucy, do you? I said, yeah, I happen to do so. Mate, I listen to your fucking voice once a week. I thought, oh, Lord have mercy. So, mate, it was fantastic to eat with you. You're a good man, and I hope you keep listening and spread the word, just like Fraser McWright did.
He's like you, that you both like the sound of your own voice.
Well, I'll keep talking, but, mate, I don't have much to give tonight. Unless you've got any more, I could call it.
We got one more. We got
No more.
from,
Yeah, right, okay.
it's anonymous. Who we got here?
Almost definitely a question I could ask you in person, but just have never got around to doing it. Is it ever weird for you, Sterlo, as someone who obviously has to work every major Suncorp
I know
event?
who this is.
So I understand at some point in the night you can clock off and like kick on, but for Magic Round in 2 weeks, for example, that's like my North Star of being an absolute wreck for 3 days straight. Whereas for you, coming into it so differently, are you still as excited for these events, or is it kind of like more of a burden that you have to worry about a bunch of fucking, like an influx of fucking chaos? Totally not related to your pod at all, but probably worth the question. Interesting to someone.
Hey,
Bye.
whoever you are, I'll just give you Source's business card, mate, and you can just flick him through an email because you might have just missed the genre here.
What?
Like, I feel like I'm on Shark Tank.
I don't. Okay, hold up. What was the
Respectful
question?
too.
Yeah, what was the question? Am I G'd up for Magic Round? There was a lot to unpack in
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yes, I'm fucking G'd up for Magic Round, even though I have to work. I am a capitalist. I do like to make money, and so does my family. We're a small business. It is a bit intimidating, though. You know, I've got to say, you got to fucking prepare, mind, body, and soul. The mind has to be switched on, fucking to organise the shindig that's about to transpire. It's in my fucking blood, bruh.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. I fucking love it.
He's a publican, mate.
And I fucking love rugby league, and I love the Broncos. And his team, I know who that is, Donny, NRL Donny. You know Donny?
No, I don't know Donny.
You know Donny Sports?
Oh, yeah.
Who used to do the potty with Bloody
yeah.
Brilliant Beers boys?
Yeah.
He's a Cowboys supporter, but he's also a turncoat.
Oh, bugger.
And he's not a real day one tragic.
Oh, bugger.
Which I love you, and I love you for calling in, but I reckon he started following rugby league when he was like 15 or 16.
Oh, really? He's that late?
I reckon he's late to the party.
Crikey.
Yeah, he got caught out. He used to follow the Titans, I think, and then he changed and realised they were shit. Yeah, but now he's a Cowboys fan.
And now he's a Cowboys fan. They couldn't even beat the Dolphins.
But yeah, to answer your question, I'm psyched as fuck for Magic Round.
Hey, mate, put yourself in your shoes and imagine owning the Caco and knowing for 3 straight days Suncorp's going to be sold out. Mate, I think I'd be pretty keen to work.
It's
full on.
It is a magical weekend, though. It is a fun weekend.
Okay, great weekend.
Fun week. The whole week is fun. The build-up and everything.
And look, I can't speak on owning a pub because, I'm the furthest thing from a publican, but I did win a 3-legger, so I can't comment on that.
Oh, mate. Play on that more,
Play on
please.
that. And, mate, I think that's enough from us.
We're missing the greatest segment of all time.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mate, you are in absolute all sorts. You have not contributed. I have carried the shit out of today.
I've been, mate, and it's a goddamn shame because I had the weekend that I didn't want to end, but it's ended and I think I'm a little depressed by it. But, I think...
He's got the Monday scaries. It's just delayed a bit.
It is very delayed, but it is a short week.
The public holiday hangy.
Mate, it's shocking. Mate, the pH it's not good. The pH is not good. But, mate, the gift that keeps on giving, and it's the segment that of all segments, my knob of the week is going to come from Thursday now. Now, I wasn't here for this, but Simo, my great mate, who was at the wedding with me, who I, pretty much just got on his hip for most of the time. My issue and my knob of the week is the bloke that he invited back from the Pacific Hotel and invited him into his house to keep having beers with.
Oh, mate.
Then had the audacity to steal his phone and not even turn the phone off. So then the next morning when I rock up, Simo goes, mate, you're going to have to come with me. I said, well, what are we doing? He goes, mate, we're knocking on this bloke's house. He stole my phone. I said, fuck, mate, I'm here for a wedding. I'm not here to fucking get in a stabbing war or potentially punch on with a local from Yamba. Anyway, I'm in the back of a car driving down who knows what street in Yamba to knock on the door of a random. Simo goes to me, mate, you're going to need to come up the stairs with me. And anyway, so Simo walks up. He turns around. I'm back in the car. I wasn't having a bar of that whatsoever. Knocks on the door. The bloke goes, oh, mate, did you lose your phone? Simo's like, yeah, I lost my phone. Don't play fucking stupid with me.
So he's just nicked the phone.
Nicked the phone. And to top it off, Simo lost his sonny, so I don't think you need to guess who probably stole them too. So, mate,
Did you give the phone back?
Gave the phone back, yeah. So, mate, I know you're not listening because you wouldn't even know how to fucking turn a laptop on if you don't even know how to turn a phone on after stealing it. But you're my knob of the week.
That's a great knob of the week.
And legend of the week.
Fraser.
It has to be. The great man.
It has to be Fraser.
It's a no-brainer. So, Franger, mate, you're a fucking legend. We appreciate the awareness and support that you've done for this potty. And I hope there's a lot of athletes that follow in your footsteps because, mate, there's a lot of athletes out there that I know that wish they could be playing in as good as form as you are.
He's in fucking stellar
He's
form.
in good form, mate.
Joey Schmidt is a big fan of Les Kiss and the Queensland Reds. And he basically, that's just another tick of approval in our books for the great man Joey Schmidt. The next one will be getting Fraser starting, not coming off the bench. Just give him that 7 jersey. Let him own it for fucking 10 years.
That's right. So, mate, good on you, Franger. Shareholders, Saucy's, he just carried the side here. I apologise. It's one of those weeks. But enjoy your short week if you're from Queensland and to all the everyone else from around the country and around the globe. Enjoy the rest of your week. 5 days. Unless you're in Denmark, I think it's 4. The Norwegics. They doing 4 days,
Wait,
those
the
two?
Norwedics in Denmark.
Sweden.
Did you say the Norwedics in
mate,
Norwegians?
What do they call those countries?
Norwegians.
No, those countries.
Oh, man.
Turn it off.
That was some of your best work, bruh. If you're still listening, he can't get out of here sooner to go watch MasterChef. Thank you, shareholders. See you next